Well, I've been telling China that we are, you people have been covering trade, and you've been covering China, and you've been covering everything for a long time. Have you ever even seen a negotiating trade? Nobody's ever seen anybody from our country even negotiate on trade. Trade with China and with other countries. I'm not just blaming China. China's the biggest. But trade has been a total one-way street. Right outside of this nation, you take money out like it's by the bucket loads into other, whether it's the European Union, which you know so well, whether it's Japan or South Korea, or I could name almost every single country in the world. We had nobody representing us. And now you have somebody that's very good at this stuff, me, representing us. And China has taken out hundreds of billions of dollars a year from the United States. And I explained to President Xi, we can't do that anymore. We just can't do that anymore. It's a much different situation. But with all the years and all the years that you've covered, trade and nations and wars and everything else, you've never seen people come over from China to work on a trade deal. Now, will that be successful? I tend to doubt it. The reason I doubt it is because China's become very spoiled. The European Union has become very spoiled. Other countries have become very spoiled because they always got 100% of whatever they wanted from the United States. But we can't allow that to happen anymore. We're an incredible country. We have incredible potential. The potential we have is incredible. But we lost $800 billion on trade last year, if you add it all up, of which China was around the $500 billion mark. So we lost $800 billion. Can you believe that? Is that an amazing thing to even think about? We lost $800 billion on trade. We're not going to be doing that any longer.
What's happening with ZTE? Are you going to lift the ban?
ZTE was a company that I spoke to with President Xi. He asked me if I take a look at that because it was very harmful to them in terms of their jobs and probably other things, and I certainly said I would. He asked me to do it, and I would do that. I would certainly add a great respect. I like him. He likes me. We have a great relationship. He asked me if I'd look at ZTE. Don't forget, it was my administration, with my full knowledge, that put very, very strong clamps on ZTE. It wasn't anybody else. It wasn't President Obama. It wasn't President Bush. It was me. I put very strong clamps on ZTE. They did very bad things to our country. They did very bad things to our economy. The one thing I will say, they also buy a large portion of their parts for the phones that they make, and they're the fourth largest company in terms of that industry. They buy those parts from the United States. That's a lot of business. So we have a lot of companies that won't be selling those parts. But the president of China, President Xi, asked me to look at it. I said I would look at it. But anything we do with ZTE is always, it's just a small component